What is going on? It is Nintendo Powercast episode 435. I just wrote it like 4 times. 435, I think.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I am
I feel like we've been in the 430s for a while.
probably.
I guess it's been 5 weeks.
I just checked, so I don't know. If the Apple podcast is right, then that's what it is. But I am Crawler coming at you. We also got Cheesy. How's it going?
What's going on, cheese curds?
And we got Johnny.
What's going on? I'm downloading the Pokemon update right now.
And what did you just say before we went live?
I mean, it's taking forever to download, so they must have fixed the whole thing.
Fixed a lot of it. Yeah.
It's probably 60 FPS.
Whoa.
It's got 4K ray tracing. Somehow they have broken the Switch.
Yeah, we'll see. But first off, where can people find you guys? Because I know you guys just put out an episode of your other podcast on, was that yesterday, 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
Yeah. The days kind of blur together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was yesterday.
But where can people find you guys?
Well, you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, and the Communication Error Podcast, CheezyC64, CheezyC64.
And I'm Johnny Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and the the Communication Error Podcast, where we talk about how Cheesy thinks Mario sucks.
I heard he had a really good take. He said Super Mario World is so much better than Mario 3.
That's why. I was
fist pumping in my car as I was listening. You even got him to curse on your show, and you had to bleep it.
I know. I had to actually edit.
You didn't have a fun audio.
I know.
Clip or
I was
anything.
too lazy to get the sound effect.
But yeah, I am Nightcrawler724 pretty much everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, sometimes on Twitch, but who are we kidding? I don't do that.
I haven't streamed on Twitch for like 6 months, and I still.
And if you're on Josh's channels, Josh isn't here, but you can find Josh at n64josh.com and n64josh pretty much everywhere on the internet as well.
I do feel bad that Josh is not here, because last week, I think after the show was recorded and we were like hanging out for a bit, one of us said that there's a rumored Nintendo Direct for this week. And he's like, I believe
that was you. Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I hope not, because I'm not going to be in town. So unfortunately, it came true. However, good news for us.
It's a day later than you said. You were leaning, I think, heavy with what the internet was saying, which was going to be today. We were going to have a direct, but it is in fact tomorrow morning. What, 7 a.m. Pacific, 9 or what is that? 10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. And what's 8 for you guys?
40 minutes of Nintendo titles releasing. They said this year, right? This holiday.
Yeah, through winter. So I mean,
winter is technically next.
Winter is only 9 days in this year, and then goes into most of next year. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Yeah. That gets us right up until the Switch 2 launch window, right?
Yeah, that's why that's going to be revealed tomorrow.
No, it's not. No, it's not. They will have a separate thing in like January after all the grandmas have gone out and bought little Jimmy his Switch for the fifth Switch, or buying. They gotta buy up all those original Switches that are coming with the Mario Kart bundle for the 5th year in a row or whatever it is they're doing that.
So it's gonna be gross if they go through this whole holiday season, and then probably in January, I would say January, they're going to reveal whatever the next console is, and this is going to come out in like March of next year.
So are we really saying that this is the last Switch Direct? Because I saw that going around today of people asking if this is the last Switch Direct.
They don't usually have one after. It's not until February, right? We usually have...
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. There's usually one in
February. And all those rumors are saying that they aren't going to abandon the 125 million users.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a bridged generation. And we're 3 years into the current gen, and we're just now finally starting to get titles like because was Jedi Survivor
it was I think it was next gen only.
That next gen only, and Spider-Man coming up is next gen only. Starfield's only series.
Oh yeah, it is next gen and PC.
Yeah. So I mean, and Baldur's Gate, they're dropping parity between even X and S finally, but I mean, we're finally getting to the point where stuff like Madden and all that kind of stuff is going to come out on everything. Just Dance still comes out on Wii U, right? So I mean, there will be stuff that comes out and is still supported, and the reports are saying that Switch successor is 100% backwards compatible, which is smart, honestly.
Yeah.
And if it the rumored demo, we're kind of jumping around, but we didn't talk a whole lot about Switch 2 rumors last week because we were too excited about Nintendo Live. But the Switch 2 that was supposedly shown off to devs at Gamescom was running was it a souped up Breath of the Wild, or was it a souped up Tears of the Kingdom?
It was they said Breath of the Wild, yeah.
That's what I read, and I was confused. Would have been showing off Tears, but
maybe they don't have Tears ready. Like, I'm assuming if they're gonna upgrade Breath of the Wild, I mean that's also a 5-year-old game. Yeah. So but maybe they could get away with releasing that as a separate release, as an
similar to what they did with the PS5, because the PS5 that leaked footage or whatever was of Spider-Man, which at that point I think was like 2 years old at least, right? It was an older game, and it was that like instantaneous. You weren't even on the subway, really.
Oh, that's right. And they did release like an remastered version.
They did of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
which I wouldn't need a remaster. I would pay maybe $10. I don't want to set that precedent.
Who are you kidding? You're gonna pay it. It's gonna be.
I don't want to set
the
that
$70.
I don't want to set that precedent that you need to pay to upgrade these games, especially if the hardware is there just to run it better. Like, just put out an update and let us play the game.
It would also be weird if they release an updated version of Breath of the Wild, and then they did what they did with the deluxe games, where they add like new content to it.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, you have Tears of the Kingdom. That's sequel.
It's allegedly not getting DLC.
Yeah. Until you have to pay the upgrade fee to get it on
to get Master Mode in your. You don't even need a motorcycle in that game. You have a hover bike. Who needs a motorcycle, right?
But the motorcycle makes much more sense in that game. Much more sense.
Yeah. But I don't know. Do you have the specs? The rumored specs?
It was 12 gigabytes of RAM, which apparently the PS5 and Xbox Series X have 16, possibly.
So this is like the first thing that pops up on Google when I type it in. Rumored leverage NVIDIA Ampere GPU and DLSS with a 12-core CPU compared to the 4-core CPU in the regular Switch. Memory is LPDDR5 compared to DDR4 1600.
Dance Dance Revolution.
GPU is those names and numbers don't mean anything to me, but
yeah, I think the the overall impression is it's a pretty beefy console. Like, it's not going to be as powerful as the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, but it's going to be.
Where's our teraflops? We need to know how many teraflops.
Yeah, that's what we got to judge it on.
Oh man. But I mean, if it's what this is, then what is this going to cost? 4, 5?
4. I think 4.
And isn't the rumor that they aren't, if they take a step backwards and don't put an OLED in it, I think that's a big step backwards.
That's the rumor right now, is that it wouldn't be.
That was like one of the original rumors, or not original, but it was like one of the more recent ones before.
Because why would they move away from what they? Because
cost.
But like, didn't they buy a bunch of those OLED screens on the cheap from Samsung? I'm fine with the screen size. It doesn't, like, it's already kind of bezel-less, right? At this point, like, there's a little bit of a bezel to it, but I mean, it's a lot better than the original. I don't want to go back to that. I mean, the screen maybe would be bigger, but the OLED is just so bright and vivid.
Yeah, it's just so much better. Maybe they do 2 SKUs, have an OLED model, and
I can't
standard model.
50, is it going to be $50 differential then? Is the screen worth 50? Even though it probably cost them like 10?
Maybe a Street Pass.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, Street Pass was so fun at it needs to have more than 10 people queued up to come into your park or whatever. But Street Pass was so fun to do at PAX. Like, that's like, we would just carry it around in a backpack and check it occasionally, and we'd have 10 people, and
yeah,
it was good. Bring it back. Passive stuff.
So with the Switch 2 or whatever, I'm hoping we get some of these more powerful games, especially based on the Apple event that we saw. Because how did they
Village, right? And is one other one?
It's getting
right?
RE4 remake
and
Village and Assassin's Creed Mirage. Like, how can a phone run these next generation titles and we can't get it for the Switch?
Because you're paying $800 for Apple's chip. I don't know.
I mean, do you need ray tracing on a phone?
Would you even be able to tell?
I can't tell right now anyway. I don't know.
But that does give me hope, because that means the technology's out there, right? And
if catching
Nintendo,
up. Yeah. Technology doubles every 8 years, and we're 7 years into the Switch, and however, like, technology is supposed to double, like, capacity wise is supposed to double in size every 8 years. Man, I would think components would be similar, and so and the Switch was developed at least 9 years ago at this point, like, and it's an Android tablet, so whatever Samsung can put out on their most recent Android phone, like the Galaxy Note or whatever, could probably handle whatever we're looking for. I don't know. Cryptic also asked a question about SSD or SD cards. Do we think they would?
There's no way it's SSD. There's no way.
I mean, because the Steam Deck, when you order it, is that it for SSD when you order the specific version of a Steam Deck? Can you expand the SSD? Can you put in like an M.2 chip in like you can in a PlayStation 5?
I don't know. I know the expandable storage is SD card.
Okay, so then yeah, the whatever you get with an SSD is probably just baked in, like, soldered to the motherboard then.
I don't think Nintendo even knows what that is. It's just the same thing with an extra S. What the heck?
But hey, if Final Fantasy is getting maybe off PlayStation exclusivity with wasn't Phil Spencer kind of talking that Final Fantasy VII remake was maybe going to become, like,
that's the rumor.
If the Switch 2 is that powerful or powerful enough, like, that would be, especially Square apparently needs the money. Did you see that today?
Yeah, because
they've lost $2 billion since Final Fantasy 16 came out. Which, how is that even possible? First off, that came out 3 months ago, if that.
Yeah, it was like June.
I don't know how you lose $2 billion when you have Final Fantasy, and they had the Pixel remaster come out, and they had they've had some and
they've had some like
even the announcement that 14 was coming to Xbox, I think would have bolstered some of their stockholders and other stuff. But
they, I mean, they've had some not so great. Like they had Forspoken, that didn't do good.
Well, yeah.
And now Final Fantasy 16 didn't hit.
Square was also responsible for Avengers, right?
Yeah. That was
they've had some. I guess they've had some flops, but
they're so dumb for not like putting more on the Switch. But that is the rumor for the Switch too, that it's gonna launch with Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
That would be interesting.
Which would be, maybe we'll see that tomorrow. We'll get the cloud version. The cloud version. Get it because it's cloud. Get the cloud version tomorrow, and then we get the announcement that there will be a native.
Oh, Cryptic says they put their budget into foam stars.
There it is. That's what it is.
I kind of regret not going and playing that at PAX because it was.
Oh, it was there.
Yeah. Just
I want to know what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah. I should have put some time into.
It's Splatoon. That's what it's
I got blinded by Nintendo for 3 days, and that's all I did. But yeah, I don't think we will see Switch 2 tomorrow. I don't. It's against kind of what their normal practice to. It would prohibit people, I think, from buying the Mario Switch, the new, or not new. They're definitely not new. They're stickers on the back of Switch lights for Tom Nook and is it who's the other?
Isabel.
Is it Isabel?
Yeah.
Well, it's Timmy and Tommy. It's not Nook.
Oh, it's Timmy and Tommy. Okay.
Yeah.
And one's Walmart exclusive and one's Target, I think, right?
Is that true?
One's definitely Target. I don't know about the other.
I think there's but those are just stickers on their
but like
coral colored.
I don't know how many more people need a Switch.
Johnny.
Like
you're the last person
here's
to ask that question.
How many Switches do you have, Johnny?
No, that's my point. The only people buying Switches right now are like for collecting purposes. Like people will buy those Animal Crossing Switches just to collect. People will buy the Mario Switch just to collect.
Did you hear Nintendo of America's stance for it from Doug Bowser's mouth from his interview with IGN last week? Every year there's somebody turning 6, 7, 8 years old that's getting their first Switch. That's their mentality. Is it's the good entry point for young kids to get introduced to video games.
But they could still sell Switches after the next console comes out because the PS2 didn't hit the top selling console until well after the PS3 came out.
And especially if Switch has never seen a price reduction. Like they can does the Mario Kart one comes with Mario Kart, right? Do they sell it for $300?
I don't know what that price is.
I mean, if that's the case, you're pretty much getting $60 off, and you're getting a game with it.
The Switch Lights do. They come with the Animal Crossing.
Oh, they do? The new ones?
I believe so. Let's see.
I think you're right.
Whoa.
Animal Crossing Switch Lite bundles launch on November 3rd. Let's see the box art. Game included. You're right. What is that going to... Do they have a price? So, Switch Lite, Animal Crossing, Timmy and Tommy... Is the
Their
turquoise one...
doesn't have a price.
Yeah, I'm on Nintendo's website too. That's where it brought me.
But I would assume it is $200.
Because at this point, Animal Crossing is 2.5 years old, right? It came out. It's coming up on 3 years, right?
It's 3 years. It's over.
In March. In March, it'll be 3 years.
Oh no! It came out in 2020.
2020. It'll be 4 years. Wow. It was that long. The pandemic started that long ago. Wow.
Yeah, it was over 3.5 years into that life cycle.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean that makes sense. And they need to move that's why they need to move this hardware because the Switch Lite stagnated for sure, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Because a lot of their games use motion control, and it kind of sucks that you can't use motion control on a Switch Lite.
Is gyro not built into that?
I think gyro
It is.
is.
Yeah.
Gyro is, but you can't play you can't play
Mario
everybody's
Party
favorite game, everybody
Superstars.
1-2 Switch, you know.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Or well, I guess you could, but you just have to have because it'll sync separate Joy-Con, right?
Yeah.
I think you can put it into a tabletop and sync other Joy-Con, but
Yeah.
but then you're stuck just looking at it.
Nobody
on that
wants a
smaller
Switch
screen.
Lite.
Yeah,
I have one sitting right here. I don't know if it even turns on.
Yeah, I don't even have. Do you have a gray one?
Gray one.
The case they made for
The
it
case
was really
is
cool.
really nice. Yeah, this case is really nice. Anyway, should we give the people what they want?
Switch to or direct
the
rumors?
Nintendo Direct predictions.
Yeah, I liked your little short video you put out.
Yeah,
you're shooting for the moon, Johnny.
No, those were completely realistic.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see a Super Mario Bros. Wonder trailer, 100%. Mario RPG trailer, 100%. Detective Pikachu trailer, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not because I don't want to talk about leaks, so I won't say what I was just about to say. But we'll see Silksong release date and trailer. We'll see Metroid Prime 4 release date and trailer. Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD shadow dropping, along with Metroid Prime and 2 and Metroid Prime 3. So we're gonna get 4 games shadow dropping tomorrow.
The 4 games that you mentioned, not the new one, Prime 4. I don't see that.
They have to show it eventually, right?
After they announce their console that they're going to launch it on. But I definitely see either a timetable or, hey, we're working on this due to the success of Prime Remastered being as successful as it was. I can see 2 and 3 maybe even packaged together. I don't know if it'd be shadow dropped. Something is going to be shadow dropped tomorrow, especially since I'm thinking more on the indie side because PlayStation is also having a state of play tomorrow, and it's
only indie games.
It's focused on indies. Spider-Man maybe is getting its own thing later on, but that's also just a known entity, and you can get your 19 inches of Venom somewhere else.
Jesus.
But the fact that one is happening in the morning, one's happening in it's like 2 p.m. Pacific, I think, is when the state of play is. So seeing something that's already out on Switch get shadow dropped as well on PlayStation, and then probably subsequently on Xbox, if it is in fact maybe. I don't know if it would be Silksong. I want to think that it would be Silksong, but I don't think it will be. Tokyo Game Show is close to Australia. That's next week. I don't know if Team Cherry is going to go show anything anytime soon. Like that's where those guys are from.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we have Tokyo Game Show next week. I'm assuming that the Mario Wonder trailer or demo that they showed off at Nintendo Live at PAX will be at Tokyo Game Show. My question that I asked to a few of the Nintendo reps at Mario Wonder demo stations was, do you think this would possibly be a release that could come to the Switch before release? And I got a lot of shrugs. They're PR trained. They know not to answer anything like that. But what was played on the floor at Nintendo Live, I could definitely see being put into a, hey, check it out. Also with the possibility of a stress test for the new form of online rooms that they're doing. Maybe it gets expanded a little bit because you only got the three levels plus some of the extra stuff to like the challenge room, and one was like a boss rush kind of small room. But the other two spots that you see even in the demo, in the trailer or whatever, it only takes 10 wonder seeds to unlock that was set at 99 wonder seeds, and same with like a path up to the north in the map. So I could see them maybe expanding it a little bit and maybe introducing that online race mode for us to test, just something a little bit different, and that way people that couldn't make it out to Seattle or to Tokyo Game Show can get a taste of it. We're coming up on a month or 5 weeks out from Wonder coming out, so it's like give the people something, but also a chance to stress test, because of it's fundamentally different than Mario Maker 2, but Mario Maker 2 just suffered so poorly from synchronous online gameplay, and it's similar, but I think they probably want to test it in a real life scenario, because when you open that up to the public to play, you instantly get millions of more hours than what your internal QA can do.
Plus, they need to, like, I don't know, they need to start doing stress tests. I mean, they do it for like Splatoon, and I feel like they did it for something else.
They did it for ARMS and
other Strikers,
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Yeah, but those are all play windows, right? So like that's the only downside of it, is that not everybody is able to test it out.
Yeah, because there's an hour that you could play like 4 or 5 different times or something like that.
Yeah.
In the middle of the workday.
Right.
They at least did it on the weekend sometimes.
Yeah, I can see them doing some type of demo for Mario Wonder. I mean, they did demos for Pikmin 4, Kirby. They didn't do one for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Nate is asking if we're gonna get a F-Zero 99.
Since
I didn't realize
Pac-Man's
going away. I didn't realize that.
I think it's gone already, right? Or no, October it leaves.
I mean, something fun. Those little things that they put in as just kind of an extra thing to Nintendo Switch Online is nice. It's sad when they get taken off, but I get it that servers need to be maintained. But the Mario 35 thing was just way too short.
It would make sense for F-Zero to maybe get that treatment, because then they could introduce that series to so many more players. Because I know people love F-Zero, but it is super niche.
Well, it's just tied to Smash Bros. Like that's the only way
at
that
this point now,
a lot of people know who Captain Falcon is because of Smash Bros. But outside of our circle, I wonder how many people would actually know what series he's from without like going through like the trophies or the the history.
He's from Smash Bros.
Yeah, he's more associated with Smash at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to, like, that people that did play Smash, you could market it that way, be like Captain Falcon as seen in Smash Bros.
Yeah. But, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but that's probably not the right way to do it, right?
So if it is F-Zero 99, how would they do it? Like, what would they do it in SNES style? Would they do it in?
I think it would have to be. But that's chaotic too. I mean,
that would be that would be like Mario 35 was chaotic, and you didn't have to deal with other players. Like, how would that even work? Like a racing battle royale?
It probably would not be a 99. It would probably have to be similar to 35 or so players, and maybe it's time trial driven, and maybe similar to Mario hazards could pop up on the course in some way. You could send hazards to somebody else, kind of Tetris style, kind of Mario 35 style.
Mm.
I don't know, but what kind of hazard? Like, you're your own hazard in F-Zero. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they would do. Maybe
Like
it could be like a time trial
Mario
type
Kart,
thing.
a SNES Mario Kart, like that mod that has 99 players playing
Yeah.
on it. That would be more feasible, but then also could be in that vein of a smaller, because there's already items and hazards and stuff that exist in Mario Kart, to send banana peels to other people's. Can you imagine just a track laid solid with banana peels? I mean, I don't know.
Forza did a battle royale. I don't remember how many cars there were at a time, but there was a battle royale. But it wasn't like racing around a track. It was, I think you had to get to a certain spot on the map, and then you could also take out other drivers.
And like Burnout should do something similar to that. Like Burnout could come out and do something like that, where you just are doing takedown mode or something like that.
Mhm.
And
I think if we get anything F-Zero, it'll be a GameCube port of GX.
Because we got X on for 64 on Switch Online, right? That was X, F-Zero X.
Did we get that?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called though?
Well, is it on 64?
It's whatever the 64 game is.
Well, there's GX on GameCube. I know that for sure.
Uh-huh.
They just need to make
I'm
Grand
opening
Prix
it up.
is what they need to do. Because F-Zero and Star Fox exist in the same universe.
Mhm.
Just give us that.
Here's what they got to do. They have to make it an F-Zero free-to-play game where you could customize your car or your, I don't know what they're called. Are they called ships or are they called cars?
They're ships.
So yeah, you could customize your ship. You could buy cosmetics to upgrade Captain Falcon. Like, man.
And then you can fly to different planets.
Only fast travel.
Only
Yeah.
fast travel. We just got Excite Bike.
We did.
Oh, somebody just put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Actually, Stan just put in the chat. We got Excite Bike 64 recently.
Yep.
That would be a really fun battle royale. Excite Bike 99. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah, it is F-Zero X is what's on 64.
So, I don't know. I mean, like, I hope that if it isn't a battle royale or a 99, I hope that it is a new game. And I know that maybe, again, a lot of people don't know who Captain Falcon is other than from Smash Bros. It would be cool for them to kind of open up that world and tell us more about the lore of F-Zero. You know, they can just start over fresh.
Who cares about lore? Anyway,
how about Star Fox 64 all range mode 99?
There's also like, not only do people know Captain Falcon from Smash Brothers, but there's the 2 tracks in Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
there's
55 million
courses
people.
in Smash Bros as well. There's Big Blue and something else, I think. And if you fall off the course, you can run on the track and get caught by Falcon, the Captain Falcon ship and stuff too.
If that is a shadow, or if F-Zero 99 is a thing, that will be the shadow drop, I think. Like if it, like these Nintendo Switch Online things, they usually
there's got to be
drop,
updates
like, right
going to
away.
that. And you put it in your video as well. I think we have 1 or 2 more booster packs remaining?
We have 1. It's the last one.
So we'll get info on our booster pack, and that will be prior to holiday, I would think.
Probably,
right?
It's probably gonna be this. I would think December.
Well, I take that back. They gotta fill 40 minutes with something, but they have
farming sims.
That was the last September direct.
They've neglected to like talk about the booster packs in and around directs and just devote Twitter content to that lately, which just seems weird.
Well, they did a teaser? They showed the bathroom.
They showed the new bathroom course. Yeah, you're right.
Then that wasn't the full trailer. Then they showed the full trailer.
They cut away and they didn't talk about the release date, and we had to wait like 2 weeks until we got info on Twitter.
Did we not might see the Yoshi track, or was that a Twitter post?
That was a different wave.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, was that in a direct or was that? No,
I don't remember. I think we did see that in the February direct.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't think we saw the whole thing. I think we only saw like the 1 or 2 courses, and then the playable characters.
Nate's got a good point, because I think wasn't the September direct when we got Super Nintendo stuff announced, and after year 1 for Switch Online. So
Maybe?
I mean, just announcing something for Nintendo Switch Online when it comes close to this re-up time for everybody is a good reminder as to why you're paying for it. Justification of the cost, all that kind of stuff. Maybe they'll slap Cheesy in the face and they'll give us Splatoon 3 DLC for free.
Did you buy it, Cheesy? Did you buy it?
Yeah, because I have the reskin.
Oh, yeah. I bought it too. I was gonna say, like, you didn't buy it. I'm the one that got slapped in the face. Cheesy, do you think we'll see side order?
I don't know. Part of me,
that's got to be its own thing, right?
No, I think that they could announce it in a direct. But when they first announced side order, all they said is that it's releasing sometime in the future.
They didn't say this year?
No, they could have easily said 2023. So
how long was Octo expansion 2 years after?
It was a year.
It was a year. Okay.
Well, yeah. Pokemon stuff came out today, and the next wave doesn't come out until like April.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
I think we'll see side order. I don't know, because they teased it back in February, right? Because that's when they released the first wave.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 7 months. That's a long time.
I mean, the game just had its year anniversary.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, we are going to get Splatoon news either way, some kind, because ever since Splatoon 3 released, we've had some kind of mention of Splatoon in every direct.
Yeah, so they'll at least talk about the amiibo.
Yeah, I hope so. They could talk about that. They could talk about side order, and if it's not side order, then I think they'll talk about Splatoween, which is the Halloween Splatfest.
Are they going to put gifts? Are they going to put gifts at our feet again, where we just get to?
God, I hope so.
Yeah, that was cool when they gave you custom, like, you got the Jason mask.
The Jason mask, and yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, we'll see something Splatoon related.
And the season just came out, so they won't show another season, right?
Right. That will be in December, so that would also be another good time for side order to come out. But I don't know if that would coincide with like a Mario Kart, the booster course pass at that time.
Yeah, I'm just thinking for Mario Kart booster course pass, it makes sense for December. They could do it in September, but like October you have Mario Wonder, November you have Mario RPG, and then December you could have the Mario Kart courses. It's a lot of Mario.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, yeah. Speaking of Mario, like, are we going to see more of that Princess Peach game?
I think so.
I don't. Do you think?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe not, because they did like tease it only a few months ago,
and it's like a next year kind of thing. Where's the tweet? What is it? Because they specify, like,
I think it said 2024. Stuff. I don't know when in 24, but I think it's just 2024. But
well, yeah, I'm just saying stuff in the direct. Like, didn't they specify kind of?
Well, I'm just trying to think of, if it's a 40-minute direct, what is that?
Farming Sims.
There's going to be.
Fae Farm just came out, right?
Yeah, Fae Farm just came out.
But there's going to be a couple of games that get like a 5-minute slot. So what are those?
There's always that lull in the middle for like 15, 20 minutes. With I
stand corrected. 40 minutes of information focused on Nintendo Switch games releasing this winter. Winter starts December 21st. So, I mean, we'll get maybe our thing on Wonder and a little bit on RPG, but that's going to be winter doesn't start until December 21st.
And then that goes until like what, March? Because I think their
March
winter
20th.
always goes until March. Yeah, I hate that. Like I never think March is winter. I always think it's
Oh, come to
spring.
Colorado. It's definitely winter.
Yeah. Yep.
It's definitely winter.
Yeah, they might do a little B-reel or B-roll of
A B-reel. They're gonna do a B-reel.
yeah, they're gonna be B-reel about Pokemon because I was wrong last time. I always thought Pokemon did their own thing, like they had their separate Pokemon Direct, but they showed a lot of Pokemon stuff in the previous Direct because they opened up with the DLC. And then they showed Detective Pikachu. So I could see them doing more Pokemon, show a trailer for Teal Mask.
But why? They just had a Pokemon Presents. Like they could have shown all that then.
They had to talk about sleep, man.
Sleep and actually the Path to the Peak, which was like a 4-episode animated series on YouTube. It's pretty good. It was a fun time.
So I think Cryptic had mentioned the Pokemon games on NSO, which I really don't think is going to happen. But they could release them for $10 a pop on the eShop.
But why?
Yeah.
But that is one way to get people to renew their NSO, put Pokemon games on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Easily.
I mean, cause didn't they tease Red and Blue and Yellow at one point?
I don't think
Or has
so.
that all just been fan mocks?
It's
just
fan locks, yeah.
Yeah, we got the Pokemon TCG, the Game Boy version, and we got Stadium 2, which
But, like,
Puzzle League.
But those would be big titles to like think about it. Like they could do through Gold and Silver, or maybe even Black and White. Like do the first, because is Black and White, is that Gen 3 or Gen 4?
It's Gen 5. So the Red and Blue Game Boy,
Yep.
Gold and Silver Game Boy. There's also the
Ruby.
remakes. There's Leaf Green, Fire Red. Those are GBA. There's
Ruby and Sapphire were
Ruby and Sapphire are
advanced.
GBA. And then
they
the
were
rest
advanced.
like they're advanced.
Yeah.
Then Diamond and Pearl are DS,
Gen 4,
Black and
then
White,
Black and White.
DS.
I don't see. I with Diamond and Pearl having the remakes on Switch, I don't know. Would that be a layup to put that on there? I don't know.
DS to NSO. I don't know if we'll get another launcher on NSO.
Well, they got to do something with NSO, right?
We don't like not every year we got a new system.
No, that's true.
They could just announce more N64 games.
Yeah.
And more Game Boy Advance games.
How much N64 do people really want?
I mean, how much are people even playing these games? In general,
they force your hand to get platinum points if they really want you to play them.
Yeah, but then I just load it up and then close it right away.
Cryptic is saying Smash. If they brought Smash
Bros,
64, like that would be really cool.
Online.
With online play.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would
and the
be
online works so good on NSO. Like, just keep doing that. Like, because that would be a premier way to play classic 64 Smash. And that might even, I wouldn't say that would be a viable way to play it at tournaments, but a local scene, if they wanted to start offering, because if you wanted to, because at like Genesis, they still have 64, they have Melee, and they sometimes, I think it's phasing out that they had Smash 4, but now they have
64 is bad, right? 64 is the bad one.
64 is the OG. I mean,
Yeah, but it's
no.
still like bad.
Brawl
It's
is the
not
bad
good.
one.
It doesn't have
Brawl,
all.
Brawl is tripping and all that jazz. I mean,
But like
64
doesn't have like air dodges, and so it doesn't have all the mechanics. So
no, you come back and you are telestrated where you are going pretty clearly, and if you get hit with you can get easily hit with a back air.
if they really want people to buy into NSO, they need to get GameCube on there and put Smash Melee on there with online play. That would sell so much. They're never going to do it though.
That's a Switch 2 feature, man. That could run GameCube for sure.
And plus, they're doing all these remasters of GameCube games, so they're probably more inclined to remaster a GameCube game as opposed to. That's another thing, like remastering GameCube games. Like there's a rumor of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I hope that is shown. Like that would be fantastic.
They could put out a trilogy of that, right? They could do Mario 64 or Paper Mario 64, Thousand Year Door, and was it Color Splash?
No, Super Paper Mario.
Oh, okay.
For Wii.
But that would be like Mario RPG could be the opening to, because that Paper Mario kind of is what replaced that. That could be a start to
Mario Sticker Star. Can't wait to play that.
There's the obligation of Mother 3 being asked for.
Oh, that would get people to buy the NSO as well. Like they're just leaving money on the table.
What system did Mother 3 come out on? Was it 64?
Game Boy Advance?
Or Game Boy
Advance.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think?
But apparently
Yeah, go ahead.
Apparently there are themes in that game, and it's not appropriate.
What game has doesn't one game have Michael Jackson music that's like hard to re-release?
In Paper Mario?
No, just in a Nintendo game or a game. I don't know what game it was that has.
That's his own game.
That's the biggest challenge with re-releasing games and having them come out on NSO is licensing the music and stuff.
They could.
Sonic 3 that's Nate has it. Sonic 3 had Michael Jackson music.
They could do what they did with Pikmin and just take out all of the branding stuff.
Yeah, but who wants that?
Do you think that we're going to see any Luigi Mansion Dark Moon?
I hope not.
That would be winter though, right? Isn't that supposed to come out before March?
It's supposed to. I guess it could be. It said 2024, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely next year, but I mean, it should be early next year, I think, because that game should be kind of done, right?
Yeah, but would they wait until like spooky time?
That's a long. Well, Nintendo doesn't mind holding on to games, but that's a long time to hold on to a game.
Yeah.
For something they've already announced at the
especially when the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be out by then.
Pre-spooky season the year prior. I mean, I don't know.
That would be the perfect one to do it.
It should be a really fun direct because I feel like we are running out of games that we already.
What is coming?
Yeah, we already know. Like they probably will talk about Mario Bros. Wonder, but just like saying it's coming out.
Yeah,
I don't they don't need to go into detail about it.
40 minutes. That's a sizable direct.
Yeah.
Also, when did the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct was like 15 minutes? So I doubt that they'll be that in depth with it.
With Wonder?
Yeah, with Wonder.
Yeah.
Cryptic's just
probably
putting
a
all sorts
trailer.
of the wish list up. Xenoblade X.
Yeah, you're Cryptic. You're going down the path of typical Nintendo
disappointment.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure. You gotta start small. You gotta just be like Super Mario Bros. Wonder. They're gonna show a trailer, RPG trailer, and then it's just gonna be 35 minutes of farming sims.
So what does it open up with?
I just had a thought. I don't know if this is how it opens, but DK64 is announced for NSO, and then it leads into new Donkey Kong Country game announced. Because we're due for a Donkey Kong Country game, aren't we?
We are due for a Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, overdue.
Because
there has not been
Tropical Freeze was a remake of a Wii U game.
Yeah,
or not even a remake, a Ultimate Edition of. And prior to that, what was even the last Donkey Kong game?
I don't think there's been an original Donkey Kong game on the Switch.
No,
there hasn't. The closest that we get is the DLC in Mario plus Rabbids.
Yeah.
And was there even a Donkey Kong game on Wii besides?
It was Country
Jungle
Returns.
Beat.
Well, Jungle Beat was originally GameCube, but that did come to Wii. But Donkey Kong Country Returns was on Wii, which had horrible controls.
Cryptic saying opens with Retro's game. Does Retro have more than one game going right now? Because they're working on a big game.
What were they doing? What were they doing before Metroid Prime 4? That's what I want to know. What were they doing?
they were doing Star Fox Grand Prix.
Well, in theory they would have been working on the third Donkey Kong game, right?
I would hope so. Did they split Retro into two teams? And I mean, I don't know, because that was.
I would be like Retro.
Was that January of? Was that January of 19 or January of 20 that got delayed? When Retro was made primary, and they said they were
I think it was 2019.
Because Metroid Prime 4 was announced what? Game Awards 2018?
2017.
It was E3.
No, but we got the logo at Game Awards, right?
We got the logo during 2017 E3 Direct, because that was the year that they had Mario Odyssey. They talked about Yoshi Crafted World, or just that there's a Yoshi game coming out. Maybe ARMS was also in that. No, ARMS would have already been out.
It would have. Maybe, yeah, because that came out in June.
Yeah.
Well, they still would have talked about it.
But if it was 2019, right? If it was 2019, Tropical Freeze released on the Wii U in 2013. So what were they doing for 6 years?
They got to have one in the can, right?
There's something out there. It's probably another Donkey Kong game.
And they have, well, they wouldn't have known characters and stuff in the movie back when they were working on their game. But the fact that there's a whole Donkey Kong Kingdom in the Mario movie, and the fact that they had Chunky and Dixie and Diddy and all those characters, huh?
They had Swanky Kong in it too.
We didn't see. I don't. Did we see Tiny Kong or Lanky Kong? We didn't see the 64 characters really, except for Chunky.
Okay, here's how it's gonna open. You ready?
All right.
They're gonna open with the Mario Kart Booster Course Pass.
Yeah.
They're going to show one or two courses. Then they're going to show the new characters. It's going to be Diddy Kong.
Mm-hmm. Conquer.
Oh my God, can you imagine? But it's probably
amazing.
It's probably going to be Diddy Kong and Pauline.
Oh,
they're both like Donkey Kong related. Then they'll go into the NSO with DK64. Then they'll be like, "Oh, we're not done yet." New Donkey Kong game, new 3D Donkey Kong game.
Just DK rap over the whole thing. Just
yeah. Grant Kirkhope comes out.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad open. I mean, I don't know. Cryptic and all of his predictions here.
I mean, okay, so Cryptic did say ARMS 2. I would love a ARMS 2. I would love a Captain Toad 2. I can't believe we haven't gotten one. I mean, I can because
we got DLC for it.
So it sold less than 1-2 Switch. That's why we didn't get one.
But that game is so good.
Did it really?
Yeah, it only sold like 1 million copies. Well, only, but like that That's the litmus test. If it sells less than 1-2 Switch,
Are we gonna
it's
get
not
a
getting
new?
a sequel.
Are we gonna get a new sub game in Wonder that can lead to its own franchise, like we did with 3D World? Because that's
No.
where Captain Toad came from.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Maybe just you're an elephant the whole time. Or a new Yoshi. It could be a new Yoshi game.
Yoshi's riding Yoshi's.
I mean, that happened in Crafted World. Everybody's all like, "Oh, Yoshi's on Yoshi's," and it's like you didn't play
Yeah,
Crafted
well,
World.
here's why it's not that why everybody's surprised, because nobody played Yoshi's Crafted World, or if they did, they completely forgot about it because that is the most forgettable game.
I don't
Say,
know. The
I beat
music
it,
is
but I forget how it ended.
the music is still stuck in my head, and it is.
I remember
some of
Yoshi's
the worst
Woolly
music.
World.
Yeah,
And that was much better than Crafted World.
but you just said that you haven't played it.
I've played part of
He
Crafted
said
World.
nobody's played it.
Mm,
He's not nobody, or he
Yeah,
is
that's-
nobody.
that's right. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get Mario. They're leaning heavy into Mario now. So they have Mario Wonder RPG, Luigi's Mansion, Peach. Maybe we get another Mario sports title. Mario Baseball needs to
Yeah.
come out.
What's the one? Isn't it on DS? All the sports? Is it All Stars?
Well, that's Sports Mix.
Sports Mix.
Oh, wait, no, that's the one on Wii. I think you're right. I think it is either
All Stars.
All Stars or something like that.
I don't know.
Cryptic has a good question. Do you think Ubisoft is done making Nintendo games?
I hope so.
What do you mean you hope so?
They're showing the new like Nintendo branded Nintendo games, or just games on Switch.
Like the Nintendo branded games, like
They
Mario plus Rabbids and
Starlink. And...
So Starlink wasn't that good, and Mario plus Rabbids was only good because it had like Grant Kirkhope. Like
that's not the only reason.
Ubisoft makes mediocre at best games.
Yeah, but it was on everyone's early it was an early game to come out, and it was well produced, well illustrated, and it was on almost everybody's hidden gem list of 10 Switch games you need to own.
Well, I'm not saying Mario plus Rabbids is bad. I think they got lucky with that because Ubisoft games are so
I mean,
hit or miss.
You weren't,
but it's a different.
You're not
team.
wrong with the comments that you made on Communication Error. Like, it has me thinking that if I wait 2 months in January when Prince of Persia comes out, I can get it for $30 or $25 probably. So I mean, waiting for Ubisoft games to go on sale, it definitely bit me to pay $80 or whatever for the Steelbook and collector's edition from GameStop for Mario plus Rabbids 2. But because those games always go on sale.
Yeah, I think it's at $30 right now.
But like, what game could Ubisoft do for Nintendo at this point? Like
Star Fox.
Well, they did.
I mean,
Starlink doesn't count. They just had like Star Fox missions.
Still in there. That's like saying the Mario doesn't count because the Rabbids are in there.
He doesn't.
But it's not like it wasn't like Star Fox. It wasn't a Star Fox
it's not a mainline.
game.
It's not a mainline game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just called Starlink.
I wouldn't. Is Mario a mainline? Mario plus Rabbids a mainline game?
No.
Well, it's but Mario is a character in that game. I wouldn't say like Star Fox was like a little extra thing for Nintendo only. Like it wasn't, that game was not about Star Fox.
Mm.
Well, and it only sold really well on the Switch. I mean, because that's those Toys to Life were in the bargain bin, especially for the other consoles, within weeks.
Yeah, I think Ubisoft is not the developer you want making your games if you're going to give them an IP.
I disagree with you. I think that there's certain teams within Ubisoft that you can give it to, but
They're all the
Ubis-
same. They're literally all the same game.
Okay.
Go climb a tower, open up the map.
Yeah, but that's not
That's
how.
what Starlink. That's what Starlink exact. So it was Starlink. They stole Breath of the Wild with Phoenix Rising or whatever it was called.
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed is just go climb towers, unlock the map. Far Cry's go climb towers, unlock the map. Starlink was go find waypoints, unlock the map. Ubisoft's not good.
So I mean, real quick, we're already at an hour. Real quick, Devolver has a title coming out here next week, I think, with Gunbrella.
Just came out today, actually.
Or did it come out today? Okay. And then I think they have whatever one they were showing at. There's another one at PAX that was like a wizard game. I forget what it is. I'm trying to look at some indies kind of coming out. Oh, aren't there some crab games coming out here pretty soon? A few different ones.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
up in the
that's a
air.
whole nother debate in the world of indies and Unity.
But
Unity's
yeah, I
got a
don't think
problem
that
on their hands.
I don't think that game's coming out until next year anyway. The crab, I forget what it's called.
But did you see
Crab's Tale.
the dev for Cult of the Lamb threatened to delete the game on
Yeah.
January 1st if Unity doesn't change?
I
their
mean, they made their
policies?
money, so
Yeah. But that's the thing. If they're going to get charged, if somebody just downloads the game, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Especially because that also is unincentivizing for those games to cut a deal with PlayStation Plus or Game Pass, because then those games just get downloaded but maybe not played, and they're stuck with a bill possibly. But short of Silksong, is there anything indie wise that's on anybody's radar that we might see?
I think if there's anything that was on other platforms, then I'm like, that should come to the Switch.
Yeah, Plucky Squire is 2024.
Vampire Survivors just came out, so we won't see that again. But
every
everyone
show
should buy it.
you gotta mention Vampire
I have to
Survivor,
mention
What was
Vampire
the boxing game that Josh was talking about?
Oh
last?
what was that?
I saw it on the floor at PAX.
Vanilla Showdown? Is that what it was called?
No.
Okay, so there's a Baby Shark Sing and Swim Party game coming out. Maybe we'll see that. Been waiting for a long time to see that.
Mm-hmm. And you'll download it.
Big Boy Boxing.
Yeah, that looks really cool. Oh, there's also like Gloomhaven, which I think is supposed to come out soon.
I'm trying to see if there's a date for this one.
But like we've seen a bunch of these already. I don't know if they would show it again.
Oh, what about Pepper Grinder? That game looked awesome.
Isn't that's a Devolver game, right?
I think so.
I think that's the Wizard one that I was thinking about. Is that a Wizard game?
No, Pepper Grinder is the one that's like kind of a Metroidvania, but you use a drill to like go through certain.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Umbrella is out on Switch right now. Cryptic, by the way, and it has a demo.
And it has a demo that came out last week, and so you can play it. That's what was on the floor at PAX as well.
We'll have a third party. Oh, so we'll probably see Borderlands 3.
Oh,
that just got announced.
Yeah.
Maybe Batman. I don't know if they ever gave us a release date for that.
I would think maybe some older Telltale games that might get ported over. I mean, right? Isn't the Batman Telltale? Didn't that come out a little while ago on Switch? And those seem easy enough to move over.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we get more on WarioWare.
Oh yeah, that's true. Is that coming? That's coming out this year.
Is that November?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Is that this month or is that next month?
I think it's
October. November. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's lots to be excited about. 7 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. So yeah, I think either we'll be back tomorrow night or Friday night. I think Josh is available one of those times. Maybe Cheesy's only available tomorrow night, so we'll we'll see what happens. But
And I have no life, so I'm probably available whenever.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Be sure to check out the Discord, n64josh.com/discord will get you there. Check out Communication Air, where Cheesy and Johnny haven't been fighting so much lately. They've just been
It's more calm. We gotta pick ones that
I mean, we've talked about it before. It's kind of hard when it's just the two of us, and like you don't want to be arguing the whole hour
time.
and trying.
Yeah, that energy is very hard to keep up. Maybe we can do a whole one on are Ubisoft games good?
I mean, I wouldn't really care. It bothers me when talking about Mario plus Rabbids because I think they did a fantastic job with assets.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Weren't even given to them.
We're getting Communication Error here 2.0. I just like the fact that I helped mold your model that you guys have kind of adopted with the week on and the guest every other week.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Well, happy Nintendo Direct Eve, and we can go back and see how wrong we were.
Hopefully we get some nice presents from Doug Bowser.
Daddy Nintendo. All right. Well, like I said, hopefully you'll get some more of us here this week, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Have a good night.